This is Dabu7. This is an update to the video on the backup channel, in case anybody missed it. I told people to inbox me. I'm not on that channel as much, so inbox me on this channel. Any findings that you get, I will leave the links to official raw images from NASA, and I highly doubt NASA's photoshopping UFOs into their photos. But we found a UFO on the skyline. Now, when looking closer at these images on the ground, it started to become amazing, and it looked like you were looking at a base. And as crazy as it sounds, I've looked at a lot of different pictures and footage of Mars, seen a lot of rocks that look like this or that, but this seemed different. This caught my eye, this ball, and then the structure all the way around it is like a squared off road. It's our walls, perfectly lined all the way around. Very intriguing. Pyramid shaped structures, perfectly squared off type structures, stacked towers, the whole nine here. But one thing that gave the whole thing away for me that was very intriguing, and I want to share with you guys and see what you think. This cave right here, the shadowy area, has 5 balls tucked away in it. I don't know if they're UFOs, orbs, what you want to call them, but it's the dead giveaway for me that there's something there. Very intriguing. I will leave a link to this public released image from NASA for you guys to inspect, and you can inbox me any details or findings that you guys get, and if I find anything, we'll do an update video. But as for now, very, very interesting image from the Mars rover off of Mars. Eyes open, guys. It's been Dabu7. A lot of strings attached when it comes to Obamacare. The CBO just put out a report here that 2.3 million jobs will be lost because of Obama. And the newest signs that we see coming from the people, their voices being heard on Obamacare are bad. Now, what people don't realize, and maybe you'll understand after seeing this video, is that now they can come after your assets if you sign up through Medicaid. And it's an extension through this new Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, that makes it so. Now, you could have went out and got your own package, no strings attached. But these people 55 to 64 here are caught in a spot where they're the people that need it, because no one else is signing up that's young because they don't need it. But if you do have it, most people are saying, oh, well, it doesn't affect me. Well, that's fine. For those it does affect, it's putting them in a bad spot, because a little known wrinkle in the federal health insurance expansion could put at risk the House and other assets of those 55 to 64 should they require substantial, expensive health care treatments. Now, this has been, an issue in the provision and long-standing laws governing Medicaid that compel states to recoup certain medical costs after a person dies, like via liens on their house, cars, other property. So Obamacare basically come along and says that, because Illinois opted to expand eligibility of its Medicaid program to all individuals who make less than about 15,000 a year instead of just elderly, to all, a cross-section, because they want people to sign up bad. People are getting caught up in this system, because before implementations of health care law, only pregnant women, children, and those with disabilities qualified for Medicaid. Now they're basically putting it through with this provision stating that they can come after your house if you die. They can leave your spouse with no home. If you have if you're 67 and you sign up for Medicaid and you don't know it and you're not paying attention, and you have racked up $20,000, $30,000 worth of medical bills quickly, but you're alive, thankfully, but then the next thing you know, something bad happens, and then the next thing you know, your wife is being left with nothing, not even a home, because they're coming to collect it because of the bills you owed. And they're going to throw down the paperwork and they're going to say, it's right here. And because, the elderly have a hard enough time as it is, reading, writing, seeing things, it's that much more complicated and frustrating on them. They've been suckered. And it's exactly what this is, a big game, a trap. I wanted to point that out for you guys out there that may be in this range of 55 to 64, may be wondering about some of these traps in Obamacare. This is one of them. Don't get snagged in it and lose your assets.
One for the record, I'm Diana, and today is February 6, 2014. Here are your news updates for today. The Watchers watching the world. Severe winter storm hits northeast U.S. Heavy snow warnings for the Oregon Cascades and also for the California Sierras. Also, the day after tomorrow, blizzards and freezing rain wreak havoc in parts of Central and Eastern Europe. Tropical cyclone Edelson threatening Rodriguez Island and Mauritius. Extratropical low forms near New Zealand. TC Edna struck New Caledonia. Hawking still in the dark on black holes. Alrighty then. E&E News, Energy News. U.S. Canada. UC Berkeley nuclear professor. My wife's very concerned. And it's in quotes. Very concerned, in quotes, about Fukushima impact in U.S. My children are also concerned, as is public. I am too. So everyone is concerned. Okay. His Kelp Watch co-founder, we'd all be better off if this material didn't exist and wasn't coming over, but nothing we can do about it. Also today, Professor, Fukushima spillage affects the life of the world ocean. Must have very careful control of all Pacific seafood without exception. Don't eat the seafood. Don't eat it if it's from the Pacific. Don't eat it. Nor if it's from the BP Gulf area. Government scientists. It's a huge question, biologists. The public wants to know. People think there's a conspiracy. Ooh. See that? They're all concerned. I told you, never say that Californians should never be concerned. Boy, did you open a can of worms. TV. Imminent situation at U.S. nuclear site. Emergency operations center evacuated due to fire deep underground. One of the most serious incidents on record. Anonymous footage of thick black smoke coming from ground. Ooh, let's see where that is. Quick, we gotta. Which nuclear site? It won't open. Let's see. Trying to get into that. Let's go into it. I want to see where it is. Of course, it probably won't load. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. It's a blank screen. Guess they don't want you to know where that is. Imminent situation at a nuclear plant. Max, stop. We'll go bye-bye in a minute. I'll take you bye-bye in a minute. Calm down. Okay. I'm gonna put more stuff on you. Okay. Alright, that went blank. Let's go on to E&E News, Energy News, while we're waiting. Fukushima. Record high 10 million becquerels liter of strontium-90 and beta emitters finally revealed in Fukushima plant under plant groundwater. Sorry about that. 1,000% more than TEPCO has claimed for the last 6 months. We're ready then. Let's get rid of this and see if the other one will load. Here we go. Won't tell me. It won't tell me which nuclear plant. Okay, we're waiting. I'm going to keep waiting for it to load. So, please stay safe. Contact people that might be alone. Make sure they have heat and they're okay. Okay, let's see where this is at. Let's play it. Uh-oh. It might be out here in Florida. Okay. I'm gonna close this. I'm trying to find out where this is. Close tab. Let's see where it is. I'm not sure where it is. Hold on one moment. Stand by. Going live. Where is this? Ooh. Here's a picture of it. KOB reported 6 workers were taken to this hospital in Carlsbad for smoke inhalation. It was enough to shut down the plant for the rest of the week. Carlsbad. New Mexico. Southern New Mexico. Okay. An intimate situation going on right now in southern New Mexico at Carlsbad. Emergency response crews have activated an emergency plan at WIPP. Here's what we know right now. Shortly after 11 a.m., WIPP's Emergency Operations Center was evacuated. They tell us an underground vehicle was on fire in the underground. KOAT Action News is working on getting every detail of this scary situation from southern New Mexico. We'll see you tonight. Wonderful. KOAT, February 5th, 2014. It's the nation's first repository for radioactive waste left behind from research and production of nuclear weapons. Access to the site is being restricted. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Heads up, you're in that area. Leave the area. That's what I say. Oh my goodness. A truck caught fire nearly half a mile underground. Oh my God, what's going on down there? Okay, so heads up on that. Heads up. Alright. Let's hope this loads. They don't like it when I report on this stuff. Alright. So, it is now 4 days down. It's the eve of Friday. Hang in there. We're almost through the week. Please be safe. Check on the elderly, friends, neighbors. If you're in the snow areas, please be safe. And I'll talk to you tomorrow on the flip side. Stay tuned.
Written law, California law, United States federal law, NRC to enforce. By law, have to have somewhere to put the cement fuel rods. They promised us they would have the cement fuel rods taken care of by 1976, then by 1982, then by 1985, then 1991. It's 2013, you still store them on site.